Islam, Islamism. Praise Allah. Honors to the Prophet Muhammad Ali. Honors to the members of the Moorish Science of America, all stations, and the membership and the Moorish Divine National Movement. Honors to Brother Marcus Messiah Garvey Bay. Honors to the past leaders of the UNIA, the Universal Negro Improvement Association. Honors to all the harbingers of mothers and fathers who paved the way for Moorish Americans to be in leadership. Honors to them. Today's show is Lessons in Life, Part 7. Well, family, today we have a lot going on right now with the identity crisis. As I said in my previous shows, we have to be able to identify ourselves because there is a lot of people who say they're U.S. citizens and don't have any idea what they're talking about. They think because they're U.S. citizens, they have more rights than the person who has American citizenship, so to speak, or who's born here. And the thing is, the United States corporation is so far-fetched from the truth that they do speak, but a lot of it is symbolic, a lot of it's allegory, and you have to really pay attention to what is being said without, getting caught up in the emotions of a falsehood. I think that every time they always present a new bill, it's always going to be something enhanced to allegedly better the situation. But I've noticed that when they start coming out with these EBT debit cards and no longer food stamp books or whatever, that's when stuff start really hitting the fan. And they were already plotting to see if this chip thing was going to work or this new debit card was going to work. They've been doing this since the 50s, late 50s. So a lot of people had no idea. But you have to understand the difference between the 50s and now is that the women could not, these Caucasian European women, so-called white women, couldn't get a banking account without their husband's approval. And that's how it was. And they present this in previous movies. Islam, Sister Jacqueline, David, Islam, having hi to you. They've been plotting this for over 20 years now. They already, a lot of stuff that they've been, a lot of stuff that they've been doing, they're being connected. What you have to understand is the reason why I've seen the contract on this one TV show called Them or something like that, and it's something that you can look up on Netflix or something like that. And they were discussing this specific contract that so-called Negroes are going to buy a house, but no one of Negro heritage can basically buy the house if somebody's working for a Caucasian or something like that. And I think that it's not negative, or I don't think it's being racist. It's just that people are so far-fetched from the truth or detached the so-called Negro blacks in colors are detached from reality of the true nationality. That's it. And that's why a lot of Negro blacks and coloreds, Latino, Chicano, Hispanics of Puerto Rican or Guam cannot make it in society because they're out of law. How many times have you witnessed some prosperity in the so-called black communities, and they have formulated their constitution, and they're the black nation, they're the black people, and all this other stuff, and they got their military, they got everything pertaining to a governor and all this other stuff. Nope, we don't have that. The Civil Rights Act of 1864 was already being signed at the time. And I think that all that did was brought, it did some good, but it did more harm than it did good. And I think that a lot of people need to understand that being a Negro, black, or colored is supposed to be a beautiful thing. How many times your ethnicity gonna change? That's the question. And why don't you have a nationality like the people of China or different parts of Asia or different parts of Africa? How come you gotta be Afro-American? How come you gotta be African-American? Hey, I got Afro, but my hair is black. It doesn't make me a black person. It's just that I have woolly hair like Brother Jesus. Not the pale skin image of the European version of the Messiah. No, not him. Not the one who was in the Roman Catholic Church. No, that's not Jesus. That's not him. That's somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So when we understand the conditions that are being enforced on the people, and the nationality is being abstracted from the group of people who are truly of Moorish descendant, lose sight of the goal. But they did not lose sight of their heritage as far as upbringing, spare the rod, spare the child, you know what I'm saying, and all this other good stuff. So a lot of so-called Negro blacks and colors did hold on to Moorish culture. Well, people don't understand about Moorish culture is that is more teachings in Islamism in the Bible than it is actual Christianity itself. Now, if you people want to say, oh, the Christianity came first versus Islam, okay, yeah, well, we're gonna go there. Watch this. Okay. If anybody who pays attention to details, because we always remember, the devil's always in the details, family. The Archbishop, what does he wear? Look at his attire. Look at it real closer. The Archbishop wears an Islamic garment, and he wears a sash on the left side like a Muslim. See, people don't question that. Muslims have been wearing sashes before Christianity, Catholic came out in Rome, Italy. So we have to be on point based upon observation. Do you think the people in the church really care? The Catholic and all these ones, do they really look out for the best interests of the people instead of, I mean, yeah, it's good to go out and feed the people and all that. That's all good, but what about all that money that the treasurer of the Catholic Church or the other denominations of the church hold? What about that? They're already a 501c3, which means that they're not taxed. So all that money that they're getting from the government, getting paid by the government, the Rothschild, Rockefellers, and the Jewish community, you wonder why people are homeless. You wonder why people don't have a hard time with rent. why people have a hard time with jobs. And if this country of the United States of America, or should I say United States Corporation, is so great, then why we got so many homeless people? Why we got so many veterans that are being looked down upon by media, by TV, by the Jewish community, that they killed innocent babies and children, but they're the ones who signed up for it to have a better life, so to speak, or to do better for themselves, and never intentionally want to go out and harm somebody. But it's like saying the Edomites are the ones who want everybody to every ethnicity or every nationality to join the military so they can put them on the front line and get murdered. That's why you got all them graves. This is where the United States government abstracts money and commit penalty and perjury and grand larceny. But they do it so well to the point where they feel like you're part of them and you belong to them. Well, you already belong to the government. Look at your birth certificate. What are the qualifications to get into the military? If you need a Social Security card or a driver's license, and that's kind of like your proof of U.S. citizenship. So once you sign up for that, you already belong to that society. But now it gets real crazy. Boot camp, people getting sick out of boot camp. People are dying out of boot camp. People's self-esteem is being belittled. Hey, it's happened to some of my members of my family. You know what I mean? And now the question you want to ask yourself is, will you go out and fight that war that is being orchestrated by Rockefellers, 13 family bankers? You see what I'm saying? They're not putting their children out on the front line. They're putting your children on the front line to get murdered. But you're supposed to be serving your country, right? No, you're serving a demonized corporation. That's what you're serving. United States of America, the United States Corporation, they're just using the United States of America flag to do business and commerce. The United States Corporation don't care for the American citizens. The true American citizens are the Moorish people. The people, and let's get it straight, real quick. The indigenous people of North, Central, and South America are not immigrants. They're not immigrants. Mexicans are not immigrants. The people of Panama, so-called Costa Rica, and Argentina, and other parts of ETC, that's our nation too, because we're all connected. I mean, we may be in Turtle Island, yeah, that's all true, but yes, we live on the island, fam. Y'all didn't know that, did y'all? Yes. Brother Man Morris live at the homework. I typed it up. Yes, this is called Turtle Island, United States of America. See, don't tell you about that stuff in school though, because they don't want you to know the truth. When I went live last night, nobody bothered to go online to see. So I was like, I thought there was something wrong. Maybe my viewers didn't want to partake the information. Who knows? Or maybe it was a Friday night. People were going to church. People want to party. Who knows? Hey, do as you must, do as you please. But you always have to be mindful of everything around you. Why do you have car registration? Why do you have car insurance? Why do you have to pay rent? Why do you have to pay a mortgage? Why do you have to pay a utility bill? Why? So the corporations are already getting paid already. Do you know that a lot of these corporations already have finances and being funded? And you wonder why they killed Gaddafi. They'll kill Gaddafi because he wanted everything for free. He wanted to make sure that the men, women, and children are living well. They have a good income coming in consistently. No homelessness. See, that's the lifestyle I want to live. Like that. You see what I'm saying? They don't have to worry about working from paycheck to paycheck. The house, your refrigerator's full of food. The government's really looking out for you, really looking out for the people. No, the government never looked out for the people here. They looked out for a specific entity. And majority of those ones were Masons and Eastern Stars. I keep saying it. Your Rothschild Rockefellers are Jewish people. You see what I'm saying? You really got to be mindful of what you partake. You got to be mindful of what you research. Because it already created FBI file on all those ones who are exposing themselves, or they say self-snitching, or they telling on themselves, and how many men and women they got over on. They already building a file. People telling on themselves, and you know what's going to happen to these people? Especially these Caucasian folks too, these Europeans. You're going to see them get locked up because they telling on themselves. Who wants to live a life with a woman who's not satisfied? Any man. What man don't want to live with a life with a woman who's not satisfied in life? As far as, you ain't got to worry about paying mortgage. It's already paid for. You living a good life. You got your job. You ain't got to worry about the bills. But yet still you're unhappy. You know why? Because you married, your previous relationship was an abusive man who's a narcissist. And this narcissist goes a long way. This narcissism started with this, the beginning of the Second Continental Congress, with George Washington and all them ones. Now we all have to be held accountable for what we say and what we do. What information we expose. Come on now. I could tell y'all so much in one show, but I choose not to because there are certain facts that I have to bring some information to, so I can't explain it all at one time. I mean, I can, but how many people are going to watch the show? I mean, I have over 500 shows. Who's going to watch over 500 shows when they have a personal life? They have work. They have things to do. They have to figure out where their next meal is going to be. And, you know what I'm saying, how they going to pay rent. You know, these are things that need to be really thought through. Honestly. But at the end of the day, you have to be held accountable for your actions. If you don't think that you are Christian or whatever religion you are, you that you're all good, but you don't have no room for self-correction, then you're the one with the problem. Nobody wants to be around you because you're a narcissist. You think you know everything. You think you got all the answers. You can't even grow. You don't even want to grow spiritually. You take some information that has given to you, you run with it. You believe the media of all the falsehood and indoctrination, but yet still you don't even know who you are. You call yourself white, but you can't even identify with the behavior of white. You call yourself black, but when you take upon that title, you act upon that title as black. Evil. Why people gotta be black? I don't understand that. How are you going to decide what goes and what stays when you have no control over the economic system? And then on top of that, you have no control over your economic situation. You have no control over your household. You have no control over what you say or do. Your freedom is limited. That's sad. That is truly sad. That everything that I've had exposed, yeah, Diddy's about to go back to prison. He's about to go get 25. What the hell? He ain't getting that. I'm going to tell you that right now. They got so much stuff on that man's, I ain't gonna funny. It's like, why would you want to even go into that type of lifestyle? Because you're not living the life you want to live. You want to live. See, I'm gonna tell you something about the industry, the music industry. See, they paint this wonderful picture, like housewives of Atlanta, desperate housewives, or stuff like that, and living this luxury lifestyle, and they have all this stuff. See, this is where what was polluting these young ladies' heads, young sisters' heads, about being treated like a princess and having the finer things in life. And if a man can't do it, I'm gonna go find a person who's rich or whatever. They don't want you. See, you're so infatuated by luxury to the point where you don't even know how to be a wife. You don't even know how to be a mother. You don't even want to sacrifice your time in life to help bring balance to the household. You women are the givers of life and the first teachers of the babies. And then you fantasize over things that has no basis of truth. You think a rich man is gonna look at a woman with duck lips, you know what I'm saying, looking like, all this Botox, all this lip injection, and all that stuff? You know what I'm saying? Do you see where a person's losing themselves in society and what the media portrays for you and I to look like? They want me to dress up in skinny tight jeans and sag. I'm not doing it. At least I got a choice. If I had no choice, man, I have somebody make my clothes. I'll probably be just wearing Islamic garments to work or something. Screw that. I'd rather buy more Islamic garments than wear some skinny tight jeans if that's the only pants I have to wear. And that tight t-shirt. I mean, oh my gosh, really? Who came up with that idea of showing your boxer shorts with skinny tight jeans and your shirt tucked in, and they see your drawers, they see your butt cheek? Do you know that's indecent exposure? I was surprised people don't get arrested behind that. Well, I guess they told the police officers to leave them alone. Let them keep looking like a Negro black colored slave. Let them nigger boys look like a slave, and let them keep dressed like that because all we gonna do is get paid anyways. Let them buy a Louis Vuitton. Let these nigger girls and nigger boys make us rich, and it's not doing nothing for them anyways. All it is called luxury. I'm surprised a lot of people don't of what is really going on. I think the whole thing is they're lost in the sauce and they just lost. They don't care no more. They don't care about their hygiene. Their mama and pop, their mammies and pappies ain't teaching them nothing. They're not teaching them how to clean a house properly. They don't want to do dishes. They don't want to cook none. Fast food is their best friend. And all of a sudden I say, oh, I got EBT. I can go get fast food for what? So you gonna eat a $30 and $40 combo meal from McDonald's for you and your children, but you can go to the store and buy individual stuff for $40 to last you for at least 2 weeks. You can go to Dollar Tree, you can go to Smart and Final, you can go to different stores, you draw what I'm saying, to purchase stuff. But see, the people budgeting is more on luxury. Nothing constructive. Nothing to better your condition. And this is what I have to say because it's true. You wonder why the so-called black communities are going down. You know why? Because they lost their way. Right after they demasculate the men in prison and they want the men to act gay, and you get paid to act gay and all this other stuff, you get paid more money to be evil, but yet and still you don't even want to be yourself. You don't want to be who you are. No matter how much you're being taught that if your mama and papa tell you that look at me and look at your mother, this is the lifestyle you want to live. You know what I'm saying? You want to have a wife, son, daughter. You want to have a husband. No, what do? No, you can't tell your children that. We're going to take your children away from you. CPS. The children can choose what they want. They can choose to be a boy. If the boy want to be a girl one day, that's okay. If the girl want to be a boy one day, that's okay. So you mean to tell me the mother and father can't have no say so whatsoever? Do you know that that's called enslavement, indoctrination? You're giving the children more rights than the parents do. So whatever the children say, go. And you wonder why these children are dressing like Jezebels, dressing like harlots. These young boys ain't no different. They dressing like harlots. They throwing up gang signs like they speaking sign language. I mean, come on now. Let's call the facts what it truly is. They're eating the wrong food. They're eating hot dogs. And do you know that if you keep eating poorly while you're growing up as a young child and your mom giving you swine, giving you the farmer's food, the bacon, the sausage, the eggs and toast, milk and orange juice. No, that's not a good breakfast show. You know what a good breakfast is? I'm gonna tell you what a good breakfast is. I'm gonna tell you what a Moorish breakfast is. It's a multi-grain, 100% whole wheat toast. Toasted with olive oil, sauteed onions, tomato, right? On a side of avocado, sunny side up. And then you have a nice good smoothie. You good. That will last you till 12, after 1 or 2 or something. See, I'm giving y'all game. And then on top of that, you wonder why your children are sickly because you're feeding the children all toxic food. So you feed yourself toxic, you become toxic. You are what you eat, family. But yet still, you lost in the sauce, but you have no idea what you got yourself into. You think you know what's good for your children, but you have no idea. Now, let me not go there with these vegans. Oh my gosh, these people are sickly. To me, vegan is a poor diet. No nutritional value whatsoever. They tell you what you can and cannot eat. You can't do this, you can't do that. Me personally, there ain't nothing wrong with rice and beans. Rice and beans, right? Okay, here's how. A so-called Puerto Rican dish is like a Cuban dish. Rice, beans, and plantains. Spanish rice or jasmine rice or some type of rice, not white rice. That's just poor. Yeah, white is a devil. Rice, beans, salad, and the plantains. That will fill you up. That's a vegetarian diet. That's a Moorish diet. I can name a few. Do you know if you just cut up a whole bunch of fruit, make a fruit salad, whatever fruit you want, you put it all up in there. You put the coconut whip up in the demonstration. You dash a little honey on there. Put 3 dashes of cinnamon even. You draw what I'm saying? And you want to eat a whole bunch of fruit. You got your fruit salad right there. That's just an appetizer. That's not even considered a meal, right? You want to talk about a vegetarian diet? Come on now, I know plenty. My brothers and sisters of Islamism don't get sick. You know why? Because they follow the dietary law. My people don't follow the dietary law. My people want to eat hog mugs and chitlins. They want to eat the pork chops. They want to eat the bacon. They want to eat their sausages and all that stuff. They want to eat all this poor, crappy food to the point where you get lost and you get all the trichinosis all through your heart, all through your brain. You wonder why you're having constipation issues. You wonder why you're always hungry. You wonder why you're always bloated. Because those trichinosis worms that are in the meat is already consuming what you have already ate in your gut. And you wonder why they call me Morse Life. Because this is who I am. Your brother, man. I'm going to tell the truth like it is. What's the song go? Tell it like it is. I love that song. Tell it like it is. So, at the end of the day, family, you have to decide. You're going to continue to eat that pork, yeah, you're going to suffer some severe consequences. Seriously. It may not catch up to you now. You may have a high metabolism at a young age, but guess what? Guess what? You're gonna reap what you sow. Book of Galatians chapter 6, 7 through 9. You're gonna reap what you sow. Jesus said, I did not come to change the laws of the prophets. I came to fulfill them. Islam, shout out to you, Ichiro. Islam, peace and love. Once you understand everything that I'm saying to you, your children get sick, you're giving them too much homogenized milk, their throats is all clogged up, all that mucus and pus that's in the milk is what's causing the congestion, and homogenized milk will shut down your immune system. That's what it will do. Whether you like it or not, it will shut down your immune system, family. So, you keep eating poorly, you keep eating these hamburgers and hot dogs and all this other stuff. You keep eating this farmer's food, this European peasant food, you're going to reap what you sow. If you don't study to show yourself approved, then how are you going to seek ye first the kingdom of God and our life and his righteousness, and these things will be added upon to you? Please, you have no idea. But this is going to be the end of the show. Just always remember, these lessons in life is always a short demonstration. But I'll catch you on a new day. Islam, peace and love. Allah, the Father, universe, the Father of blood, for truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day. To his holy prophet, dwelling. Ameen. Islam, peace and love, family. And I'm giving all my shout outs to the sister from Puerto Rico, Kimberly, giving you a shout out. Maya from Greece, giving you a shout out. To all my peoples who have subscribed. I don't know y'all by name, but forgive your brother, man. Shout out to you. And shout out to all the people who are watching, who I do not know who's watching. Shout out to you too. And shout out to the enemies who's hating on my channel. I pray that you have peace, love, and tranquility. Islam. And I pray that whatever the trials and tribulations y'all going through, I pray that y'all conquer in the name of peace. Peace and love, Islam. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day through his holy prophet, Jawali. Ameen. Islam.